whispers surround a single golden card, once tied to the name Donald Trump. A mythic object rumored to be valued at up to $5 million. Some even claimed it could grant American citizenship on sight. But whether a symbol or a tangible key, its story speaks to a deeper truth. Gold has always been more than a mere metal. It is ambition made solid, power that can be held in the palm of your hand. This allure finds its way into the highest echelons of luxury, from the gleaming finishes on custom supercars to the delicate, edible flakes atop steaks that command thousands of dollars a plate. To feed this global appetite, more than 4,000 tons of gold are torn from the earth each year. Yet behind every ounce of its brilliant shine lies a long and arduous journey, one that begins deep within the planet's crust and ends inside the heavily guarded doors of a vault. Our journey takes us deep inside the largest gold mine in the United States, where this transformation begins. Here, the first microscopic specks of gold are painstakingly separated from rock that has held them for millions of years. Through the power of modern technology, these scattered fragments are gathered and refined into gleaming bars of pure gold, imbued with both immense financial value and profound symbolic meaning. A journey from the darkness of the earth into the dazzling light of wealth and status. It has been coveted since the dawn of civilization, a metal that never tarnishes or fades. For over 6,000 years, this brilliant element has been woven into the human story. During the Neolithic Age, it was already being fashioned into jewelry, sacred artifacts, and treasured objects for rulers and the elite. What truly sets gold apart is not its luster, but its defiance of time itself. It does not rust, it does not fade, and it never wears away. In a world defined by constant change, gold remains an unwavering measure of value, a timeless symbol of power, wealth, and trust. Yet this precious metal is rarely found lying in plain sight. Most of it lies dormant, locked deep within ancient layers of rock like quartz or sediment, forged by immense pressure over millions of years. Over eons, the patient forces of wind and water erode these formations, washing microscopic particles into rivers and streams. To reach the true veins of gold, however, humanity must dig deep into the earth or blast through entire mountainsides to claim the ore. In 1848, a few shimmering flakes found in a California stream ignited a national obsession. This small discovery sent a shockwave across America, triggering a frantic westward migration. Tens of thousands abandoned their cities and farms, embarking on the most famous gold rush of the 19th century, all driven by a single powerful hope to strike it rich. After millennia of searching, the world's easily accessible gold has all but vanished. Now the hunt drives us deeper than ever before, into layers of rock once considered unreachable. The scale of this modern effort is staggering. To extract just 1 ounce of pure gold, miners must often excavate between 30 and 50 tons of solid rock. The pursuit does not relent. Guided by advanced machinery, GPS technology, and sophisticated processing methods, mining operations now descend hundreds of meters underground. And while the risks and the costs continue to climb, the enduring value of gold ensures the search will go on. Here, the glint of gold is not found in a vault, but in the dust of a child's hands. We travel to Uganda, a nation often described as a land built on gold. But its treasure doesn't glitter from shop windows. It lies buried beneath red earth, human sweat, and the suspended dreams of the young. Under a punishing sun, entire families, including children who have yet to learn their own names, take up rusted tools. They follow their parents into the dry, unforgiving ground, driven by the hope of unearthing just a few precious flakes. On less than $1 a day, this is not a career. It is a desperate lifeline. The true cost of gold is paid not just in labor, but in the health of children who grow up breathing dust instead of air. Their classrooms are riverbanks, their only toys the tools of the trade. The hunt begins with a handheld metal detector and a finely tuned ear. Miners pace slowly, their eyes fixed on the ground, listening for the soft electronic pulse that signals possibility. Each beep is a spark of hope, a suggestion of treasure hidden just below the surface. But this work is not left to chance. The most skilled miners know exactly where to search, following veins of quartz and slate, or tracing the paths where gold has washed through ages ago. Once a signal is confirmed, the real work starts. The team digs and the hole deepens, sometimes descending tens of meters into the earth with nothing more than shovels, pickaxes, and raw human strength. In some areas, tree trunks are wedged into place to shore up the tunnels, but the threat of a sudden collapse is a constant, silent companion. To go deeper, miners must follow ropes down into the darkness, crawling through passages so narrow they can barely turn on their sides. The only light comes from the flicker of a headlamp. Every shovelful of dirt is heavy with expectation, for the gold here is not found in solid chunks. It lies hidden as tiny grains inside dusty rock, as if testing the limits of their patience. Heavy bags of earth are tied with ropes and hauled to the surface by simple pulley systems. They are stacked in great piles, each one a lottery ticket awaiting its turn to be opened. The contents of every sack are a mystery until the final stage of processing. These heavy loads, just hoisted from deep underground, now begin a second journey. They are dumped onto a long conveyor, clattering across steel rollers as they creep toward an enormous metal funnel that waits like an open mouth. Waves of grayish-brown soil and rock crash down, tumbling violently into the crusher's intake. Water is pumped in continuously, suppressing the dust, cooling the machinery, and creating a thick slurry. As this mixture flows, the heavier particles, including any gold, begin to sink, while lighter sediments are washed away. This is the first true moment of separation, but the process has only just begun. After the crushing is complete, the excess water drains away, and the remaining material is moved for a far more delicate and dangerous step. Here, workers add mercury. Though notoriously toxic and known to cause cancer and severe neurological damage, it is the only affordable chemical available to dissolve the gold and pull it free from impurities. For 20 to 30 minutes, workers knead this laced mixture until it forms a gray, dough-like amalgam, a fusion of gold and mercury born of pressure and desperation. This mass is then heated over an open flame. The mercury evaporates, vanishing as a toxic vapor into the air and leaving behind the raw, unrefined gold. The method is simple, primitive, and devastating. For every gram of gold retrieved, an invisible price is paid in the health of the workers, especially the children who inhale the fumes. To obtain just 9.25 ounces of gold, worth around $10,400, these miners must extract and process over 19,000 tons of earth, and for this monumental effort, most will earn just $1 or $2 a day. Where some hands toil for just $1 or $2 a day, others command mountains with the push of a button. In the vast landscapes of the United States, a different philosophy of gold mining takes hold, one of immense machinery and technological precision, designed to extract the precious metal on a colossal scale while aiming to soften its environmental footprint. Here in a Nevada mine, the journey to gold begins not with a pan, but with a piercing drill. The process starts by boring deep into the earth, creating holes between 30 and 65 feet deep. A towering drill rig, mounted on a heavy-duty truck and bristling with hydraulic lines, drives steel pipes through solid rock with relentless force and incredible accuracy. Into these freshly drilled shafts, technicians carefully pack explosives. A single site might be wired with anywhere from 50 to 100 detonators, each one timed with surgical precision. With the flick of a switch, the explosives detonate in a single coordinated blast. The force is immense, shaking the ground and sending thick plumes of smoke skyward as it tears through entire sections of the mountain, shattering massive rock into thousands of smaller, manageable fragments. Once the dust from the blast begins to settle, heavy-duty excavators move in to begin their work. With each powerful scoop, they gather the gold-bearing ore and deposit it onto a long, continuous conveyor belt system that snakes along the edge of the mining site. This automated artery operates without pause, smoothly transporting the raw material from the blast zone to a temporary storage area, a process monitored closely to maximize speed. From these sorted piles, the ore is loaded onto massive haul trucks, each one capable of carrying dozens of tons in a single trip. In a steady convoy, these giants deliver their precious cargo to the refining facility. Inside the processing plant, the ore glides along a circulatory system of automated conveyor belts, moving swiftly and seamlessly through the complex. Even though each ton of rock contains a mere 0.05% of gold, a single gram hidden among thousands of others, this microscopic trace is far from lost. With the aid of cutting-edge technology, the plant is engineered to isolate that tiny speck of gold with astonishing efficiency. The ore is first fed into a massive ball mill, a giant rotating drum packed with tens of thousands of steel balls. These spheres, weighing from a few pounds to over 60 pounds each, add up to hundreds of tons of solid steel. As the mill spins, the steel balls tumble and crash down upon the ore, smashing it with tremendous force. For 20 to 30 minutes, this grinding process runs continuously, pulverizing the hard rock into a fine, uniform dust. At this point, the gold within is finally exposed, making extraction far more efficient. Water is then added to the crushed ore, transforming it into a thick, paste-like slurry that is easier to handle. This mixture travels along another network of conveyors and is channeled into large, open-air tanks where the true separation begins. Inside these tanks, the extraction process kicks off with a simple yet effective step of physical separation. Soon after, chemical agents like cyanide are introduced to the slurry, dissolving any remaining gold and separating it from the unwanted rock and minerals. This gold-rich liquid is then pumped into an electrolytic cell, where a steady flow of direct current is passed through the solution. The electrical charge causes gold ions to migrate toward the negative electrode, where they gradually settle as a solid layer of pure metal, clinging tightly to the surface. After electrolysis, the separated metal faces the furnace for a high-temperature smelting stage, reaching around 1200 degrees Celsius. This intense heat burns away any final impurities while turning the solid gold into a liquid state, preparing it to be poured into molds. Smelting also makes the metal softer and more uniform, creating the ideal conditions for shaping it into bars while preserving its purity as it cools. Poured into molds and left to cool gradually in the open air, the liquid fire slowly solidifies. The metal hardens into a bright, shiny bar, taking on the clean, squared-off form of a standard commercial ingot. Each bar is then placed on a scale to determine its exact weight, which on average falls between 1 and 2 kilograms. These bars contain about 99.99% pure gold, with less than 0.01% of residual impurities. Before their journey is complete, the bars undergo a final cleaning process using a mild acid solution. This bath gently dissolves any remaining surface impurities, such as heavy metals or leftover compounds from smelting, without affecting the pure gold beneath. From here, the finished bars are transported to major U.S. banks, including the Federal Reserve. Stored in high-security vaults under constant surveillance, this gold becomes a critical component of the nation's financial reserves, preserved with maximum safety and absolute confidentiality. It arrives as a solid weight, a bar of pure potential, but its final form is one of intricate, weightless beauty. From heavily guarded reserves, refined gold bars are transported to specialized manufacturing facilities. Here, the metal is first returned to the fire, reheated in high-temperature furnaces until its rigid structure softens, becoming pliable and ready for transformation. Once it achieves the perfect flexibility, the glowing gold is fed through powerful rolling machines. Under intense pressure, the metal is flattened and stretched, drawn out into long, thin strips or threads as delicate as silk. These fine golden filaments are then guided into a specialized chain-making machine, where they are expertly coiled and shaped into small, precise links. Each individual link is then carefully assembled, either by the patient work of human hands or the swift action of automated tools, to create a single, continuous gold chain. The resulting designs can vary dramatically in thickness and style, from sleek and delicate forms to bold, eye-catching statements crafted for a wide range of tastes. Once fully assembled, the chains are subjected to a thorough polishing process, which burnishes the surface to a bright, smooth finish with a brilliant shine. Before the final stage of adding gemstones or pendants, every thread and completed chain must pass a detailed visual inspection against strict quality standards. Only those pieces that meet this exacting criteria are finally packaged and sent out to the market for distribution. Its brilliant gleam has captivated humanity for millennia, yet its true story is rarely told. This journey has spanned continents, from the ancient lands of Africa to the rugged terrain of the Americas, all in pursuit of a single truth: how gold is truly born. With this new perspective, the word gold itself is transformed, carrying a significance that far outweighs its simple shine. A deeper understanding emerges of the complex world hidden just beneath the surface of these precious metals, sparking a curiosity for the other fascinating and unexpected stories still waiting to be unearthed.